felt sad and ashamed to be born a Dalit. A Dalit is untouchable. We are oppressed people at the lowest rung in society, not useful for anything. Some Dalits are used to clean the toilets and they have to do it with their bare hands. We are treated in a very degrading, very inhuman way.
Father Yesumarian has dedicated his life to the Dalit cause. As a Jesuit priest, he understands that this practice of discrimination is hard to overcome because of its complex religious roots.
Theologically, there is an explanation given to caste system is God, Brahman. From the head of God, the Brahmins were born. The Brahmins, the upper caste. And from the shoulders, Vaishyas, the business people are born. And Kshatriyas from thighs, they are warriors. And Shudras from the feet of God. And the untouchables, the Dalits, they are not born of God. That's why we are treated as inhuman. We are not at all considered as human beings.
Yesumarian was also born a Dalit, but he refuses to accept the shackles of the caste system. His resolve to end untouchability is an inspiration to many Dalits, including Mary.
We were in the dark, but now we have a guiding light. We have a name for him. He is our morning star. He says daylight is coming and we will no longer be in the dark. We must claim our rights, he says.
Yesumarian is the founder of a movement which aims to change the very fabric of Indian society. As a first step, he tries to instill a basic sense of pride, urging them to stand tall.
When a Dalit comes out of his house, he comes like this, like a small animal. I used to tell people, you should not come like that. When you come out of your house, you should come just like that. Only then you can live in a dignified way in the society.
Yesumarian organizes protests.
So the world should take note of it, because our problem in the world is something unique, and in a unique way we want to declare it, and we want to be dignified. We want to tell the world that we are Dalit is dignified.
As Yesumarian leads off today's march, he and his followers confront a harsh reality that's been entrenched in Indian society for ages.
For the past 5,000 years, the caste system has been perpetuated. The practice of untouchability has been imposed on us, and we are victims of the caste system and untouchability. Every day in this country, 5 Dalits are killed, 5 Dalit women are raped, 15 Dalit houses are burnt. The Dalits are made to work as slaves only in the field. This practice of untouchability affects the core of our life. Sociologically, psychologically, religiously, politically, culturally, educationally. In all the spheres of life in this country, this practice of untouchability and caste system has intruded. All that thing we are bothered is that we are not treated as human beings. Human beings. We should be treated as human beings. That's our first demand.
Yesumarian's fervor to liberate his people stems from the discrimination he faced as a Dalit child.
Even used to feel thirst when we walk along the road. If you see a tank with plenty of water, we cannot drink water from there. If you ask for water, we have to put like this, and they will pour water. Because the high caste man feels it is polluted when we touch. We have to drink like this. We are not supposed to touch. So this all, as a boy, we have experienced. There are temples in our city, in our villages. The Dalits, though there are same religion, Hindus, the Dalit Hindus are not allowed to enter the temple. We are not supposed to enter. And once I plucked the flowers in the Hindu temple, all the people came and thoroughly beaten me because I plucked the flowers. Not because I plucked the flowers, because I polluted the area. a Dalit boy.
Once a cause for shame, now picking flowers is part of Yesumarian's daily ritual to honor his mother.
I put flowers in front of my mother especially. See, for an Indian woman to have the flower is something peculiar to India. But I never seen my mother having the flower on her hair, because this Indian society forbid her. And till my death I should compensate that. I do that. And the best flower I want to keep to my mother.
It was Yesumarian's mother who encouraged him to harness the pain of discrimination into a vocation. When Yesumarian was 12, his parish priest refused to recommend him to the local mission school because of his caste.
Because I'm Dalit, they don't want us to be there. So that was a real shock for me. That was a turning point. Then I went to the school and wrote exam. I got even good marks, but I was not admitted. Whereas they suggest other people to join. I was not admitted in the Christian school. And that was a turning point. Then I told my mother, then I should become a priest. I should become a priest to act against such kind of people.
He did become a priest, and he did act, but he acted on a much broader scale. Yesumarian soon discovered that the priesthood wasn't just a bully pulpit for the Dalit cause, but also a process of self-discovery.
When I involve myself more and more Dalit liberation, Dalit work, I also get liberated. So it's a two-way process. So I said, okay, let me work among the Dalits. Purpose of law is to help the Dalits and Dalit liberation. First of all, I give priority for the cases regarding land, Dalit land. So I take up cases, all that is connected with the Dalit lands. Landlessness and untouchability are connected. Land is the one who gives identity, gives rootedness, or gives a certain kind of courage, independence. A land only gives. Because primarily and basically India is an agricultural land, agricultural country, and we need land. As the years went on, all these lands were grabbed, and today our work should be to get back those lands. That should be our task.
Yesumarian encouraged the people to physically take back what was theirs.
All these lands were occupied by this land, that Brahmin. Once we came to know that this is the Panjimi land, we approached him to give the land to us, but he refused. And what we did at night at 12 o'clock, we broke open all the fence around, all the fencing around. Simply, we broke open, came inside, and installed the Ambedkar statue there. There were 30 policemen guarding this land, and we also fought against the police. And it was an experience like exodus. People entering in their promised land. When we take the land, the government is not very happy with us. They are not very happy at all with us. That's why, because we are involved in the land for the Dalits, I was arrested 4 times. By the police, state police, I was arrested 4 times. There are 12 cases, criminal cases against me. I was arrested evening 5 o'clock by 30 police. Taken to the police station, kept there. From 6 o'clock in the evening, next day 10 o'clock, I was kept naked in the police station. They tortured me. I thought that day I'm going to be finished. It's a quite interesting thing when they tortured me, what the police said. Father, you are a priest. You look very bright, very intelligent. Why do you involve in the land issues? You can start and run a school. That's very good. It gave me a message. Running a school seems very nice. The caste people want the education by the missionaries, by the priest, but the social issues we should not involve. Involving ourselves in the social issues is an instigation for them. It's disturbing law and order problem. So that was an experience for me. Then the police and others thought, once I am imprisoned and tortured, I think I should give up my life and all these things. But I think I continue my life with my people. That's where I find a meaning for the religious life. See, if at all I am not ready to give up my life, who else should do that? Because I don't have a family of my own. I am supposed to be committed to the cause of the kingdom of God. There I find the meaning of my celibacy. I find there a real meaning in that way in a priesthood, especially in India. In a poor country, a priest has got a greater role to play. Whenever I organize for Dalit rally or Dalit struggle, I always ask the women to protest. The Dalit women have a lot of courage. They are uncompromising and they are very passionate. I always convinced the Dalit liberation ultimately will come through Dalit women, because only when Dalit women are liberated, this country is liberated, I feel, because they are at the lowest rung of the society. I want to inculcate in the youth and women that nothing like coming together and fighting, and through fight and through sacrifice that we can put an end to the practice of untouchability. I am hopeful of it. May not be on one particular day, but slowly we'll reduce into 20%, 30%, 50%, 90%, 100%. But one day we shall definitely overcome. We'll have the day of liberation.